The legacy of the Dallas Cowboys franchise is championships. They have played in 8 Super Bowls, most of any franchise in the National Football League. They are tied with the San Francisco 49ers and Pittsburgh Steelers with the most Super Bowl victories and Lombardi trophies with 5. But on Sunday here in Tampa, it's the Steelers and not the Cowboys that will have a chance to become the first team to win 6 Super Bowl titles. All week here at Super Bowl 43, we've been asking, why aren't the Cowboys here this week? Well, here's some of what some of the most respected people within the NFL have had to say about that.
You want to have a locker room that's intense, and there's going to be 2 or 3 of your characters who are going to be basically in charge of that locker room. They're going to be the alpha male in there. And then I believe it's ownership and the head coach has to have a grip on the discipline, and part of the discipline is the mouth. They need to have a handle on the discipline of the mouth of some of these players.
You know, I was at training camp, and you kind of saw it already at training camp. There were a lot of distractions there. Football or business is a game where you can't have distractions if you're going to be successful. And I think when you have a lot of people running around, a lot of big stories, so to speak, I think that I guess they get you a lot of hype and a lot of publicity. Unfortunately, they don't get you a lot of W's.
How would Tom have handled distractions like that?
I don't think we'd had any distractions. The distractions would have never taken place. You know, if you remember, Dwayne Thomas was Rookie of the Year and probably should have been the MVP in the Super Bowl, and he was a distraction. The next year, he was gone. And Thomas Henderson, who was a great football player and turned out to be a really good person, was a distraction, and he was gone during the middle of the season. So I think sometimes if you set the bar and everybody knows where they stand and everybody's united, then the distractions end quicker.
Well, the Cowboys have the talent to win football games. If you ask me right now to measure the Cowboys' talent, physical gifts up against the 2 teams in the Super Bowl, I'll take the Cowboys every time. Now, you can have those physical gifts, but somebody needs to be able to bring it all together to take them from a football organization to a football family. And that's the missing piece that the Cowboys are having right now. That person to bring them from a football organization, which is 53 individuals, to a football family, which is a group of guys with one heartbeat that goes through the valleys of the season and come out stronger. Because football organization, football teams will go through that valley and they'll fall apart. But football families go through it. And like families do in tough times, they come closer together and they'll come out better. That's what you do to become a champion.
Seems to be so much surrounding the team, some drama, turmoil, daily. How would you have handled that, and how did you handle that?
Well, we had a little, we had some drama off and on, and it wasn't quite as noteworthy today. I think it's the negative is focused on more sometimes than the positive, and you have to deal with it. So distractions can hurt a team. It's just how you handle those distractions. And I think Dallas has had enough distractions that actually it's been a negative thing for them. And back in our days, Coach Landry kept everything under control. We didn't. It usually didn't leave the locker room. But in today's world, it leaves the locker room and then it makes it worse. And that's what's happened to Dallas. It's become too many distractions that I think do play a role in your in how you do on the field.
Let's take a guy like Tony Romo of the Cowboys. Great success early, and then he kind of had a bad patch at the end of the season. What advice would you give a young quarterback like that?
Well, first of all, you don't let your wide receivers influence things that you do, especially ones that have issues catching the ball on occasion. But the hard part is you just got to fight through those years. I mean, I can go back and look at in between some of those Super Bowls. There was some pretty rough times for myself, and it's just be able to fight those ups and downs because, when you make it this far, for these 2 teams, they got a shorter offseason than everybody else. Trying to get back to that, and you lose a little bit. And there's so many things that play into how well you can play, and you don't want to kill yourself by putting the whole burden on you. So you have to learn that it's a team effort out there, and you don't have to win the game by yourself. Especially with him, he's got enough weapons out there himself to be able to not have to try to control the game by himself.
From Super Bowl 43 in Tampa, I'm David Smoke, News Talk 600 KTBB and KTBB.com.